Happy New Year to all of you. And again, my sincere, sincere thanks for being a part of this 2-year, 25-month journey that I've been going through. And right now on X, I'm just about to become monetized, just days away from that. So if you're not following me on X, please make sure you follow me on X as well and participate. It's fun. We're having a good time there on X. And let's see. And then I was thinking about this morning, I go to Maui a lot. You probably already know that about me. This is not exactly a Hawaiian shirt, but it's a derivation. It's some part of the whole Hawaiian shirt scheme, thinking, approach to life, maybe even. Anyway, and there's this famous T-shirt from Maui, if you've been there, which is "I survived the road to Hana," which is a treacherous road. Well, it used to be way more treacherous than it is now, but it used to be really a rough place to get to, but it was worth it when you did. Anyway, I was thinking about that this morning. There needs to be a T-shirt, something like "I survived the road to 110 or 101 or whatever that number was that Tesla got down to over the last couple of years. And because it's the same thing, those who survived that road, we're looking forward to this amazing well, we've already seen an amazing thing because we've seen that 101 go to as high as 480. And I'm saying this year, maybe we're going to go to 1,000 or more. I was at, my number is 700 plus. But with some of the comments coming from Elon over the last 24 hours, something about tsunamis and people drowning and things like that near the end of the year, maybe I should be increasing my estimate. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through that road right now. I'm going to take you through the road, this part of the road, the end of the road to Hana, over the next 12 months, month by month. And let's explore what I think is going to happen each and every month and how that will impact the stock as we go along. So I'm calling it the 12 months of Tesla. Let's start with January. In January, in fact, maybe even today or tomorrow, Juniper will be revealed. I will be very happy if Juniper is revealed. Now, they've already had one revealed today, which is pretty exciting. I didn't have it on my list, which is that the Cybertruck now qualifies for the $7,500 IRA discount. That should get a bunch more people to accept the next time that they receive their offer. But anyway, that was exciting news. But maybe that'll be the big news for Tesla today, and maybe Juniper will be the news tomorrow. Or if it's going to be revealed as a video in, only really talking about the Chinese beginning to roll them out, maybe that notification will be on tomorrow, but it'll be here today. Anyway, I don't know. Whatever it is, it'll happen in the month of January, but I think it'll happen very, very soon. As you know, I think it'll be the same that they did with the Model 3 reveal. They're going to have top influencers with amazing videos talking about all the cool stuff and how wonderful the vehicle is. The website, of course, will be updated. Orders will begin to flow in. And then I think there's going to be a big demand right out the gate. Why? Because people have been waiting for this upgrade for a year. When the Model 3 upgrades came out, anybody that owned a Model Y, anybody that was thinking about buying a Model Y, not a Model 3, started to drool. I mean, started to get excited. So I think there's a pent-up demand, and I think that folks that own Model Ys now or have been thinking about doing it, this will be the trigger, and they will start to get in line, and there will be a long line of people wanting their Model Y. Now, I said some similar things about the Model 3 last year. I'm more certain about the Model Y than I was about the Model 3, but I was surprised on the low amount of activity last year with the Model 3. But we'll see what happens with the Model Y this year. And I think, of course, China will get it first, but there's a lot of evidence that potentially the Model Y upgrade, the Juniper, will happen in California. In Austin as well, really soon, maybe at the same time. Anyway, if the demand is really, really big, if it's halfway as big as I'm talking about, if there really are, 3-month, 4-month, 5-month waits, we could see the stock go back to 500, maybe even through. So that could happen over the next few weeks. In February, Megapack Shanghai will begin actual production. That will be announced. They will show it. They'll do a fly through. They'll talk about some orders that they're going to be shipping. Whatever it is, there'll be a bunch of to do about that. And the ramp will be fast. They'll talk about the fact that they expect it to be at 25% by the end of X or Y, et cetera, fully ramped by the end of the year. They'll restate that. Maybe they'll even talk to us a little bit more about why that building is 3 times as big as Lathrop is. What else they're going to do there, or does that mean that eventually they'll be making way more than 10,000 units a year out of the Shanghai building? Anyway, this will just help. It'll keep the stock above 500. It might creep up towards like 550. Of course, we will have had the earnings report by now. And that might have popped it up a little bit. Maybe it went down a little bit. Who knows, one way or the other. But this will just help it to stay in that 500, let's say 500, 550 range. In March, the Model Q, the Model 2.5, version 2.5, the more affordable vehicle, however you want to call the thing, will come out. It'll be unveiled. We'll see pictures. Maybe, I guess we'll see the real thing. It'll be driving around. Maybe again, there will be some people that will be reviewing it. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it'll be more of a reveal. Maybe there'll be some kind of small party around it. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe it'll be a completely new and different way. But the orders, of course, on this one will also go through the roof. There's a bunch of people waiting for this. Huge numbers of people that don't want to afford the Model 3 is $29,995. If you go look right now, it's $29,995 with the $7,500 discount. So I'm not sure how much less you want to pay for a car that is that good. The Model 3 is just an amazing car, and you can get the low-end one for $29,990. Anyway, $295 a month on the lease. Anyway, I think this is what I guess it's going to have to be no more than $25,000 after the discount. Maybe it'll be even less. I don't know how it's going to work, but people will be excited about it. It will be a new form factor. Gary Black will tell all of his friends. Sorry, Gary, I just have to do that. Anyway, and then in addition to that, there will be a mega factory announcement. They will announce one more. I'm thinking it might be on the East Coast of the United States. North and South Carolina getting a lot of action these days, as is Tennessee. I don't know. It's got to be near a waterway. It's got to be near either a major river like the Mississippi or the Ohio, or it's got to be near a port. You've got to be able to put these things on barges. Anyway, that'll be announced, and they'll also announce that the national standards in the United States for ride hail will be firmed up. We'll know exactly what those standards are. Right now, they're just saying, well, they're suggesting it's not firmed up 100%, but they're suggesting that it'll just mean that the companies who have this kind of product will have to provide the data around it to prove that it's safe. But I think there'll be more than that. And also Tesla will announce the first cities that will have the test rollout. Now, this won't have the test yet. This won't be the rollout. This won't be unsupervised yet. It'll just be the beginnings of the next stage. And Tesla will close in on 600 because of the 3 things I just talked about. In April, there will be a major Optimus video in showing the factory, showing the working in the factory, showing the bot working at various tasks, speaking to its handler, speaking to its supervisor, being instructed on how to do tasks, asking questions. That's my dream. That's my version. Maybe it will be like that. Maybe it won't. But anyway, that will be a major big deal in April, and Tesla will break 600 because of that video and head towards 700. That'll be a very, very big deal. In May, Okay, here we go. This is the month it'll happen. In May, unsupervised will be announced. There will be a huge PR event of some kind. Maybe Elon will finally get into that car in California, get into the back seat with his game controller and begin to play Diablo or some new, maybe one of the ones that's on the car. Maybe he'll actually sit in the passenger side and align his video, or even on the driver's side, and align the screen towards him and begin to play one of the video games. Anyway, and ride in that position or the back seat or take a snooze or anything all the way to New York as he's promised to do. There'll be going to be some kind of an event. It'll be very, very cool. Anyway, the first licensing deal will be announced at the same time. You see, they're going to hold that up until unsupervised is announced. So right now, they might already have the deal. Maybe they're still in the process of working it out, but they know who the first one is going to get it. That's already a done thing. It's already happened. And then the other thing will happen is that when he's doing all of this, when Elon is doing all this with the unsupervised version, it will speak to him. The car will speak. It will have a normal, well, I mean, I don't know if it'll be a fully on, HAL type conversation yet, but there will be the ability to converse with Grok and ask it things like, where is there a great steakhouse around here? That type of stuff. Anyway, that will happen. And of course, the stock now moves past 700 because I think that's worth $100 right there when it becomes unsupervised. I've been saying that for a while, maybe more, but let's just call it 700 for now. Okay, June, robotaxi begins service about a month later. We've got a month for people to, I think it was well said by Bradford yesterday. Not Bradford. Nicholas last night. If you didn't watch it, you need to watch it. I'll put the card up in a minute. Bradford said, no, what's going to happen is they're going to roll it out the same way that they roll out every other version. So you'll have the employees get it first, the unsupervised. Then you'll get the early users, the videographers, they'll get their second. Then it'll be a fairly large rollout to folks like you and me. And then finally, it'll roll out to everybody. That'll all take about a month. And then the announcement will come. Robotaxi services are beginning in those 2 or 3 or however many cities. The business plan will be fleshed out. Everybody will understand how the profit works for Tesla, how the profit works for the what do you want to call it? The fleet holders, whether you're a fleet holder of one car or whether you're planning to buy hundreds or thousands, everybody will understand how the deal is going to work. And then the UN in Europe will have almost no choice but to finally approve some kind of rules with regard to automation. This will force their hand. The unsupervised in May and the beginning of robotaxi services in June will force them to come out with their results. And by the way, they'll probably have to modify them because it'll be so obvious. By this point, by June, it'll be obvious that these things work, that they're safer than humans. The data will be unimpeachable. And so the UN and Europe will fall into line because it'll be stupid not to. Tesla will now be in the mid 700s. This will not really move the stock very much, because this is what will have been expected. Now, maybe the UN and European decisions will move the stock a little bit, but it won't be a huge thing because it'll be so obvious. In July, Semi will start production. FSD installed in those vehicles. As those vehicles roll out, the people who receive them will be able to use FSD. I don't think initially it will be unsupervised. I think that they'll need a few miles. So I think the unsupervised on the semis will happen by the end of the year, maybe into 2026. 2026. Hard to think about this. The years are just popping along. Anyway, so yeah, that'll happen. It'll have all the benefits other than the unsupervised part. That's my thinking. That's not going to affect the stock. It should. It's bigger than the cars. It's a bigger deal. Economically, I mean, it's not going to be a bigger deal in terms of the zeitgeist, in terms of the culture, et cetera. But in terms of the impact on society, yeah, I think it's actually a bigger deal. In August, there will be waiting lists on all vehicles. Every single there. I don't care what it is. There'll be waiting lists for the trucks. There'll be waiting lists for the Cybertrucks. There'll be waiting lists for the new cars. Every single car, it'll be 3 to 4 months. You won't be able to get anything. They will be figuring out ways to add shifts and figure out ways to add space and figuring out ways to make more cars in the same space. Anyway, it'll be waiting lists on everything, and the 20 to 30% gain increase that Elon was talking about will be out the window. It will be, who knows what the final numbers will be, but the throughput rate by the end of the year will be shock. Well, it'll be on the order, somewhere in the order of 4 million. So you'll be looking at a million, instead of 500,000 per quarter, you'll be looking at getting close to 1 million per quarter. In September, the cybercab production will start and pricing will be announced. Yeah, in September, they'll show you, coming off the line, cybercabs, any changes that come up with, some kind of a small reveal, somebody reviewing them, on YouTube, whatever. Orders will be opened up, and Tesla will at that point cross the $800 level. In October, new factory announcement. At least one new factory or factory extension. It may be that they just make more stuff down in Texas. It may be that it'll be another US factory somewhere. Maybe it'll be another Chinese factory. Maybe it'll be India. Maybe it'll be the Mexico factory, and they'll actually start turning shovels and dirt down there. As I mentioned yesterday, I think the factory in Mexico is still a possibility. It's all going to depend on what the president of the United States and the president of Mexico decide with regard to how tariffs and international trade are going to work between the two countries. It is in the best interest of the United States for Mexico to be a great trading partner, for them to do well, to them to have a great economy. That works to our advantage in so many different ways, and it works to Mexico's advantage, of course. Anyway, there might also be multiple factory announcements. November, the Optimus reveal. Here it is, November. Maybe it'll be December, but I think, yeah, November. This will be a very sophisticated reveal of some kind. Might be and probably will be a party of some kind, like we had on 10/10. Maybe it will be, a different. It'll be very unique and different, but it's going to show everybody that comes. Maybe it'll be something in an arena. I don't know. Everybody. This is going to be the biggest. This will be the biggest event ever for Tesla. This will be the biggest event ever for manufacturing for the world in terms of commercial stuff. There was no big announcement for the wheel, or the printing press. I mean, these happened. These happened in. Yeah, nobody was invited. This is going to be on that level of the wheel, the printing press, automation in general. This will be a great reveal. This will be a great PR event, showing clearly what Optimus can do. There will be no doubters left over, not even Gordon Johnson. This will be what Elon refers to as this. This is why he's talking about the tsunami at the end of the year. The tsunami is not about robotaxi. The tsunami is going to be about Optimus. You know how he feels about Optimus. We'll get the specs. We'll get the pricing. We'll get the production plans announced. This is how many we're going to make. The orders will open up online. You'll be able to place your order in some way, shape, or form, because I think it's only going to be available to industry at first, and I think you're going to have to apply. I've said that all along. You'll have to put in an application. What is your application going to be? They will announce deals that they've already made with certain companies, maybe even deals that are already ongoing where they're testing it like they did with Pepsi. And Tesla will be over $1,000. It will be at least 1,000 and probably more. And what does that leave for December? In December, there will be a stock split. It will be a 10-for-1 stock split, and Tesla will now be selling for $120 a share. All right. If you liked this video, is that worth a like? Is that worth you picking up your finger, taking your finger up, putting it over there and hitting however it works on your computer or on your phone or whatever else? Hit the like button. Hit this. If you haven't subscribed yet, would that encourage you on the first day of January? A New Year's resolution for you to already have accomplished. I know you made that resolution last night. I'm going to finally subscribe to Randy Kirk. I'm also going to go on X, and I'm going to follow him on X as well. And then you can get those two resolutions off your table. You could have done it on the very first day. Wouldn't that be lovely for you and for me? All right. So thank you. When you accomplish both of those, hit notify, because later on today you got Jeff Lutz and Brian Wang. What a way to start the year. Brian Wang is going to come in and prognosticate. He's going to give us stuff about his year. And I've got Jeff Lutz. I asked him to do something special for me. I hope he does, because if he does, it's going to be very, very cool. So those are the first two programs for 2025. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an amazing year. Holy mackerel, it's going to be great. Leave comments below. Is there any of that stuff that I said correct? Is some of it wrong? Do you see other things I left out that I should have put in there? Do all that in the comments below. It'll be a lot of fun. And yesterday night, that's right, here's the card for my conversation with Nicholas. It was a great conversation. You're going to enjoy it if you didn't already watch it. So go and check that out as well. I had orders this morning. I woke up this morning. What have I got? I have orders for Cybertruck bottle openers. It's not even Christmas. People are ordering them right now. So maybe you've been putting off your decision on that as well. You could pick one of those up. That'd be another thing you could do to start the new year right. All right, that's all I got for you right now. It has been great talking to you.